Different.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Different.
Is this not why you were here? Is this not why you were here? Is this not why you were here?
Back at it, man. We are back on the channel. Welcome, BB Gang, to the channel. All things strange. We in the building. You know what I'm saying? You got 2/3 of the big collectibles collective in the house. In the spot, my man Fast Eddie P reporting live. LINY. What's good? Talk to the people.
What's up, man? How's everything?
Oh man, I can't complain, man. You know, we could complain, and I think we are going to complain a little bit today. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit.
Just a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
were talking behind the scenes and brought up some really interesting things going on outside the world of media. You know what I'm saying? We are at heart collectors first. You know what I'm saying? You know, day one, meeting Eddie in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? This man was giving me comics. You know what I'm saying? Hooking me up. So that let me know, like, he's a real collector. He got some things in the stash. You know what I'm saying? And got a little of everything, vast amount of knowledge about a lot of things. So I had to definitely, you know, get you on the channel. You know, it's been a while since the people seen us together. So, you know, that's what I want to do, man. Give them a treat, give them some of your knowledge and some of your concerns and things going on right now. So I guess, you know, let the people know what's going on.
So one thing I wanted to speak about is, I'm in a lot of Facebook groups and in the hobby community, and there's a lot of misconceptions.
I just lost.
You have So let me explain how it works to people that don't know how it works. Okay, Target and Walmart are the big box stores that receive product from Panini, Topps, and Pokemon. Now, they get their stuff through another distributor, MJ Holdings and Excel. What's been going on lately is obviously Walmart has been messing around with their pricing. I'm not sure if it's coming from up above from MJ Holdings, but I mean, it's something that doesn't make sense. It's almost mind-boggling. You have cello packs that went from $5 to now $15 to $19.99. You have blaster boxes that went from $20 last year at this time to now $29.99 to $35. And then you have hanger boxes that went from $10 to now $20 to $30 at Walmart. Where you have a mega box that was $40 last year, and now it's $50 to $54.99. I mean, it's almost mind-boggling. It's almost like they're trying to see.
No, I was just gonna say it's listening to those prices, and I'm saying to myself, well, if I was standing in the store and I'm looking at those labels on the shelf, I'd be saying, why am I gonna buy a hanger box for this price when I could just get a blaster?
Exactly, which led into a huge argument. So let me show you something real quick. Now, for years, we've been getting variations from MJ Holdings and Excel. So you'll have Target exclusives and Walmart exclusives. Now, I bought many of the Walmart exclusives that was supposed to have rookie variations in them and exclusivity to that. But then getting my Target, so did they. So they were both the same exact. On the back, everything is the same. You know.
So the only difference is they're getting their own color variation. That's the only difference.
At this point, yes. There's no box better than the other. So I had a lot of people arguing that The Walmart boxes at $30 are worth it because you're going to get rookie variations. Both boxes have them.
Wow.
Somebody said that you can't get autographs in the Target one. That's why they're $19.99. No, you could get autographs in both. The only real product I've seen a huge difference of Target or Walmart would be like Select 2020 Select, where you had purple prisms or red prisms. You didn't want the purple prisms, you wanted the red one. So I mean, this is the stuff that I'm hearing in the hobby. It's just misinformation, and just people don't understand what's going on. And I don't mind a little price hike. That's fine. I understand that. But
that's what I wanted to touch on actually is, people not familiar with the hobby and where it's gone in the last 2 years. Maybe give them a little insight into the origins of where these price hikes originated and why we are experiencing what we are in the first place.
Okay, so last year, obviously we had the pandemic. A lot of new people came into the hobby. People went very far. We had a lot of content creators. Everybody that's associated with Veve understands that we're seeing something similar to that. But what happened was people got very greedy, and pricing went, last year at this time, pricing went over and beyond to a point where it didn't make sense. So ultra modern cards went to a pricing that was beyond expectations and more. Zion Williamson, I could just go on. Everyone, all these newer rookie cards went to thousands of dollars. PSA was flooded. The market, all those created cards came back. The market got flooded. Obviously, we know from what happened last year till now, those prices never got back to where they should have been, or where they were,
right?
Because there was a huge correction in the market.
Right.
Obviously, with PSA closing, you had a lot of people that were sending away tons of cards to PSA. It was $8 it basically became $8 a card,
right,
to grade. It became a new member.
Right.
So new member, it was $200 and something, and you were able to send away, I think, 80 cards. So it came out to something like $8 a piece. So if you have a Prism Zion and you send it away for $8, it comes back at 10, and you sell that same card for $1,000. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? So we had people from the sneaker market. We had people from every market there was. I mean, from the stock market come into cards and heavily invest and flooded the market, and there was just too much sellers and just not enough people that were there. There's a lot of old-time collectors that will not do that. They will not buy a brand new rookie card of a brand new player that hasn't. Look at this. You have huge names, okay? Huge names from the basketball from the 90s, and that made it. They done it. Where they're not a quarter of the price that these new ones are.
Sense. It does not make sense.
So that should just tell you something.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly,
man.
Right.
Sean Kemps and all these people, all these great players.
Thank you, right.
It gets bad when you start talking football. It gets bad. Just the disrespect.
Yep.
I mean, Barry Sanders.
Disrespect,
rookies, the Deion Sanders rookies and all this. Walter Payton rookies.
Right, yep.
It's just disgusting.
Right.
Man. I don't know. Go ahead. Continue.
I agree that all those names.
Yeah, it's bad, man. It almost feels like it almost feels like baseball is the only card sector where the older guys still retain their respectable value. It seems like football is
right now. I'll tell you this. Sports Card Investor did a lot of data based on the obviously the ultra modern market has been in shambles lately. So the only thing left to do after that is look into the vintage market. And finally, he took the time to do that. and he came up with the data that, I mean, the vintage market has surpassed ultra modern, you know, this year by a lot.
Wow.
The great thing about the vintage market is you rarely will lose. It might be the pricing might be a little more stagnated, but it's much more safer.
It's way more stable. It is.
Yes,
you know,
right.
You're right, and
Right.
it's at this point the cards have been shown. That's
Yes.
And with
Right.
this new stuff, you know, we don't still know what we're dealing with. And I started saying this last year. I really see the market shying away from just any type of base rookies. I don't care what set it came from and the name and Essentials and Chronicles. It's not going to matter. If it's not a numbered or an auto rookie, it's not going to hold the same weight as these base cards.
Absolutely. 100%.
So I'm not crazy.
Right. No. And it's not even because of overprinting, because I come from an era where in 1987 they printed 1987 tops, 7 million sets, not 7 million cards.
Right.
7 million sets. So there's 7 million Barry Bonds rookie cards.
And his rookies,
that's overprinted.
And his rookies are still doing well.
And his rookies still doing well.
All of the negative publicity that comes with his name.
Exactly, right.
You know who I always wanted to invest in, man? That was always underpriced, but I felt like one day, you know, when maybe a couple more generations die off, he's gonna get his respect. Is Pete Rose, man. I always liked Pete Rose, bro. And I felt like his stuff is always so underpriced that it's always a good entry point. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, you know, it feels risky investing in Pete Rose, but I'm like, yo, when we get a couple of generations out and the people who cared so much about embedding and all this crap goes away, like, once he does make it in the hall, bro, his stuff's gonna go up.
No, absolutely. Pete Rose is a great investment. I mean, his rookie cards are a little
yeah,
and they're expensive, but he's a great investment. You have a whole decade of his cards, that 1970s. So I mean, there's many of them.
Right.
Like,